Hey yo, what's going on with it once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, the one, of course, Mr. Nintendo, Sony, Free 2011, AK, Criticism Guy, 2009, you guys know the rest of our intro. And before I do, like I always do say before I begin, definitely check out TroubleNetworkStudios.net, and definitely also check out FreedomNetwork.com if you want a good partnership, get more subscribers, gain possibly popularity on YouTube, and of course, get your professional channel banner designed for you, so you already know the rest of that. So, best thing I ever had, and I'm still not complaining about it. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, today, I'm going to have to do a two-parter, like I always say, before I start these videos. I'm going to be talking about another RWBY character analysis / review, and it is about Blake BellaDonna. It's one of my #1 favorite characters in this thing, next to, that's this RWBY series, next to Weiss, Sheen, and Neo Politician, aka Neo. The other ones are cool too, but those are my 3 all-time favorites, seriously. So yeah, RWBY, no, not RWBY. For this RWBY series, it's about Blake BellaDonna this time. So, I'll start off with her basic information, all that. And once again, I got this from the wiki itself, for RWBYwikia.com. So, I'll put the link to that site in the description down below. That's my resource right there. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let's get this started. And without enough dilly-dallying and stalling, let's really get into it. So Blake BellaDonna, this is a whole bunch of pictures of her in her uniform and all that, her pajamas, yada yada yada. Her nickname is Kitty by Roman. Her symbol is a little fire symbol. Characteristics, her race is a faunus. Weapons is the gamble sword, or gamble shroud. Gender's female, obviously, 17. It's just weird, they look so much older than that, like in their 20s more than they do in their teens. But hey, I'm not going to say nothing about that. I'm keeping this as mature as possible. Alright, appearances, her outfit is black, purple, and white. Accessories, bow and scarf. Traits, headness or handedness, right? Complexion, pale white. Heights, 5'6". Hair color, black. Eye color, amber. I always thought they were yellow instead of amber, I don't know why. Semblance, shadow. Affiliation, Beacon Academy. Previous affiliation, White Fang. Occupation, student. Previous occupations, White Fang member. Team RWBY. And of course, partnership, her partner, excuse me, was Yang Xiaolin. Alright, Xiaolong, excuse me. Previous partnerships, Adam Taurus, or Taurus. Statuses is active. Media's first appearance is in a black trailer. Music theme from Shadows. Alright, yeah. And then the last, voice actors is played by, hopefully I'm not saying this wrong, hopefully I'm saying it right. It's Iranian, or Aaron Zek. It's Arryn. I don't know how to pronounce it. So Blake BellaDonna is one of the main characters to the 3rd character introduction of RWBY. Her weapon of choice is a variant ballistic chain scythe, dubbed Gamble Shroud. She alongside with Adam Taurus fixed the appearances in Black Trailer on March 22nd, 2013 during the PAX East 2013 event, where they both infiltrated a train, confronted Athlesius King 130. Alright, and I'll talk about the other stuff next time. Let's get into personality and the other stuff, like I always do. Okay. So Blake is described as being mellow by her voice actress Arian Jek. She displays a cool, reserved, and serious personality most of the time, but doesn't lack a humorous side. Blake is a righteous person who has respect for other people's lives, regardless of whether they are faunus or not. She treats everyone equally and strongly despises those who judge and discriminate based on racial prejudice. Ooh, I can definitely get into that topic, but I'm not going to get into that because it has a lot to do with reality too. My personal background, which some of you people know. Alrighty, so yeah, let's keep it moving. Blake is an open person and is not afraid to speak her mind, going so far as to indirectly insult Sheen Dust Company in front of its heiress. Blake is shown to be an introvert as she prefers to be alone rather than socialize. Even in a group, Blake usually stays to the shadows, excluding herself from conversations. She tends to show no interest in the discussions at hand, especially when she is engrossed in her books. She is extremely fond of her books, as she brings a large collection of books with her to Beacon Academy and reads them frequently. However, as the series continues, she is shown to be more fictitious. I think that's what it is, fictitious and friendly. She displays a dry wit, stating the obvious or pointing out other details in a sarcastic manner. Alright, and the expense of other people. And all the expense, at the expense of other people. Blake appears most conversant when discussing the history of plight of her people. Due to her strong-held beliefs, she can also lose her temper if provoked, causing her to speak her mind in the heat of the moment. Blake may have also been mistreated when she was younger due to her being a fauness. This is suggested by her response to Weiss's comments on faunesses, accidentally letting slip, "We were just tired of being pushed around." Her beliefs are also seen when she tells Ozpin that she doesn't want to be seen for what she is, but for who she is. Blake seems to be concerned about other people learning she is a fauness, attempting to hide her fauness traits and running away when she accidentally lets the truth slip out. However, she still insists on defending the faunesses whenever someone mistreats or speaks ill of them, regardless of them being a member of the White Fang or not. As of the events depicted at the end of Volume 2, and only Roman, Torchwick, Ozpin, Bartholomew, Oblek, Sun, Walt Wukon, Neptune, Velocius, and Penny, and the rest of the members of Team RWBY and Team JMPR are known to be aware of her faunus heritage. However, despite her having no hate for humans, she wonders how she can undo so many years of hate and pain, which is one of her worries of being a faunus as well. Despite her being a former White Fang member, Blake strongly disagrees with the level of violence and the hatred that they have exhibited towards humans, seeing the group as heavily misguided. Due to her faunus heritage, she is a realistic person who has seen how the real world works, which also contributes to her stance as a skeptic on the possibility of attaining a righteous world. As such, the White Fang has become one of the main concerns, knowing that they are planning something else with their enemies, and even went as far to purpose to her team that they do something to stop them, all of which to agree to help her, leaving her relieved. Even though she is quieter than her team, Blake is seen to only do stuff with her team and has a great amount of trust in them, confining them with several secrets, such as her past, that being her previous affiliation with the White Fang. Blake also seems to be extremely stressed and extremely driven, as seen in extracurricular, where she has trouble sleeping to the point of dozing off watching sparring matches, being stuck in her notebook which she stares at even when walking, and overall being cranky at everyone, rejecting Sun and Team RWBY proposal to her to go to the dance and relax. After being confronted by Yang, Blake took up the offer to go to the dance. I'm going to the dance, and appeared the next day dressed, already having been relieved of such stress. Blake's cat faunesses feature also seemed to give her other aspects of a cat, such as climbing up on Ruby's bed, staying away from Ruby's and Yang's pet dog Zali, I think so I say it, showing a possible dislike of dogs. In other instances seemed to be when she was easily distracted by an instinctively decided to follow a laser pointer light by awaiting Yang and burning the candle, and a love of tuna in black and white. Because of her semblance, Blake adds that at least of a copy of herself, which reflects on how she always runs away from everything. Like, she was told to her team that she was a faunus, and after her oldest partner became a monster, she describes her semblance as leaving a shadow of herself, something that takes place of the hit instead of herself. Blake's most remarkable quality is her semblance, which allows her to create shadow clones. Naruto reference. Or maybe Shikamaru, I don't know. Alright, let's keep it moving. These clones can be used by Blake to either distract, shield, or hide herself from the enemies from a brief amount of time, which is demonstrated during her fight with the AK-130 androids and Roman Torchwick. Oh, it sounds like Torchic from the Pokemon Hoenn thing. I don't know why. Alright, let's keep moving along with reading. Her first true uses occurred during the Black trailer where she utilizes it against spider droids. Blake's first recorded use of her shadow ability as the actual series was first seen during Players in Pieces while she was fighting the Nevermore. During the latter battle, she was able to jump off one of her shadows to reach the Nevermore, confirming that there is some substance to her copies and that are just not illusions. Blake uses the skill again frequently in Black and White, where she used it to her advantage in fighting Roman, but he was able to easily deflect most of Blake's attacks regardless. It is unknown how a long shadow copy can appear for, or how far away from Blake they can exist. So far they only have appeared in Blake's immediate area, normally right next to her. Blake also slightly uses it against Pyrrha during a food fight between both of their respective teams. Blake also shown above average agility, speed, and endurance as shown when fighting multiple enemies, yet maintaining motion and energy without fatigue. She also exhibits a high level of skill while handling Gamble's Shroud. She can slash away at opponents with startling speed and deflecting incoming machine guns fire using just her blade. There are 3 forms of Gamble's Shroud, which, when sheatheded, her weapon is able to slice opponents in 2 with its cleaver-like cover. However, when unsheathed, it becomes even deadlier, and Blake is able to use both blade and sheath in tag gems against her and the opponents. She is also adapted in the Gamble's Shroud and is convoluted in her aura, creating shockwaves-like attacks of varying intensities in conjunction with her swings. These attacks have been shown to be extremely effective and versatile, as Blake has used them against the Grim, missile, AK-130s, and human opponents respectively. Given that Adam demonstrates a red variant of this attack in the Black trailer, that is possible that she learned this technique from him. She also appears to be able to move freely and quickly with the way she grips them. She can then fold the blade into a gun blade, which then is attached to an extending ribbon similar to the Japanese, hopefully I'm not mispronouncing this, kusarigama, or sickle and chain. Her technique is the form of a Gamble's Shroud, which is similar to Ruby's with crescent rows. She uses the recoil of the gun attached to the blade to increase the speed of her attacks and can slice multiple enemies with Gamble's Shroud from the ground or into the air through a whirling attack. Additionally, she uses this momentum of the weapon on the ribbon as an anchor to maneuver herself in midair, and can grapple other opponents or objects from medium range to bring them into melee distances. She is quite accurate, as well as she was able to kill an Ursa with one strike during her meeting with Yang in the Emerald Forest. Though she is very talented at using the Gamble's Shroud offensively, it requires a lot of concentration, lowering her defense's capability, making her more susceptible to attacks overall. Blake uses her ribbon against and painting the town to spin Yang around, which uses her as a plan for RWBY in order to distract and defeat Roman. Because the sword portion of Gamble's Shroud folds into a sickle at the end of the blade and is double-edged sword, she can also use this as a double-edge when it is in the shroud form. This is seen in Black and White when she attempts to interrogate Roman by placing the back of the blade to his throat while pointing her gun to the White Fang member to keep them at bay. Being a Faunus, Blake may possess the ability of night vision, granting her the ability to see proficiently well in the dark, as was proven true after shooting out the powder during the White Fang faction meeting, using the dark as a means to escape from Roman and the White Fang along the sun. In No Breaks, Blake usually utilizes dusk, giving additional abilities of her clone, a fire clone, which was used as an explosive, an earth clone, creates a stone statue of Blake, and then an ice clone trapped in Roman's weapons inside, so that Blake could unleash it in the final attacks. And I guess I could read you like 2 different trivias, and that's it. Blake means black in English. BELLADONNA means fair lady. BELLADONNA in Italian. And is also named a toxic plant, commonly known as the deadly nightshade. And of course the director CEO guy next to Rooster Teeth. Monty Oum has said that Blake's name was the hardest to make. In fact, BELLADONNA was originally planned to be her first name, but was changed because it didn't feel sharp enough for her character. And you guys can read the rest of the trivia and extending links and read more, all that good stuff. I'll put the link in the description box below. That'll be the first one you see instead of my partnership stuff. Anyways, overall thoughts, views, and opinions on this beautiful, awesome woman. This girl is so freaking kick-ass. I love the way how she kicked the living bejesus out of her enemies. Oh my lord. That is beautiful, man. I have no complaints to this girl whatsoever, except I don't know what it is. Maybe some gothic, emo girls and all that, they might see her maybe as a stereotype, and they may not like her too much, because I actually see this girl as a lot of a resemblance from my old ex-girlfriend. I actually used to go out with two of these emo goth girls back in the day. This was when I was still in high school at that time, about 6 years ago, going on almost 7, this coming June of next year. Woo! Oh, man. Because she used to read books just like Blake. She used to like to get in a lot of trouble. She was very, very antisocial. And she didn't really like being in groups of people that much. Even when she wasn't with groups of people, she would really pretty much deny their existence. She was a really big introvert, my ex-girlfriend. Seriously. Oh, man. One of them was very freaking crazy. Excuse me, I gotta keep my language to a minimum. Whew. Oh, man. And she almost had the same resemblance with her, except she was like a Colombian girl. She was really, really cool. She reminded me a lot of my ex-girlfriend. Insanely crazy. This might be the reason why I like her a lot, as first place. One of the best characters on the show, in my own personal opinion. Your opinion might be different. Maybe you like RWBY or Yang Lao, which are my least favorite in the show. But you know what? It's all good. Only one that's even worse than that is I don't like Emerald too much, and the guy that's with her all the time. I feel like they're draggy little characters, and they crap and moan and they complain and all that BS. They screw excuse me, they screw around way too much. And the last little observation I want to think about Blake BellaDonna is that I don't know what it is, but she kind of has that same little style of outfit like Tifa does from Final Fantasy. And might I add you, I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan at all. I've never liked Final Fantasy. I'm sorry about the Final Fantasy fanboys and fangirls out there that are watching this. As much as I love PlayStation and all their old school and new school series, is there are a few games that are just they're just pretty much crap. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and I was watching this Home Alone 1 movie because it's already the holidays and stuff. It's Christmas. Usually a thing. It's kind of tradition. I always watch it every year. It's pretty much my nostalgia as a kid. I love watching that, dude. It's too bad, unfortunately, Macaulay Culkin, he ended up, going on drugs and stuff like a man of binds. How bad the mighty have fallen, man. I think he went out on Mila Kunis once too. But yeah, Blake BellaDonna, she's really, really cool. I love her art style. I love the style, design of her. Not because she's hot or anything like that either. Even if she wasn't hot, she'd still be an awesome chick. Seriously. I've seen a few women like that in my day. When I used to go out with them a couple times, they were very lowly. They get very stressed out to be with. It usually lasts about 3 or 4 months when I used to go out with girls like that, but they're not very, bitchy or complaining, or they don't nag it very much either. They're, they don't really want a lot of things from me, which is really awesome. That's the reason I went out with a lot of emo goth girls back in the day. Not as much now anymore, A lot of those girls are probably be in their 20s now, like me, some of them most of them grew out of it, maybe a few of them, maybe they're in rock bands or something like that, maybe they're directors, producers, or DJs, I don't know. They're in they're in some type of community, some shape, way, or form of how, what's it called? What's the words I'm looking for? They're in entertainment industry, but underground type of stuff. Maybe in raves like EDC or whatever. But like I always do say, people, link in the description down below if you want to learn more information about this girl. I'm gonna be doing Yang Xiaolin. I might do it tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna be uploading that one tomorrow for sure, because I can definitely guarantee you I'm going to be doing a TCG opening, so be on the lookout for that. It's going to be the Go-Go promo holo from the older one from Flashfire, and then a Phantom Forces one, which is really, really sick, by the way. The one that has Greninja on it. I'm hoping that it's there. If not, whatever. But like I do say, people, because I'm going to go on a Target tomorrow. Peace out once again, bros and bronies, pegasisters. I will see you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at in the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't turn the rock. Let's keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it life, all that good stuff. Until then, next one, guys. Peace out. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Brand new videos on this video every single day. Channel every single day. Ladies, goodbye. We'll talk to you guys next time. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'm out. See you later. Goodbye.